Hey, and welcome to our last video in our new consultant series, video number 7. So today I want to share my 10 best tips for becoming a new consultant, for getting out the gate as quickly as possible. And really these 10 tips are for any consultants at any level when you either you first sponsor, or maybe you are a reinstatement, you've been in the business, you went inactive and now you're back, or maybe you're just at that point of your business where maybe you want to relaunch your business. These are my best 10 tips. Some of them are mistakes that people make and others are just plain tips. So I wanted to share those with you today. All right, so grab a pencil and a piece of paper and let's get started. Okay, so the number one tip that I want to give you guys is to launch your business. Okay, a lot of consultants make that mistake where they don't want to launch their business. Maybe they want to have a party for somebody else first or something like that. But you want to launch your business as quickly as possible. This does a couple of things. Number one, it builds momentum through the beginning of your journey. Okay, by building that momentum and getting things started as quickly as possible, then you're going to start making money as soon as you can. Okay, so don't wait to start your business or don't wait to launch your business. Okay, schedule your launch party right away. And the number two thing that I see people make that mistake of is waiting to launch their business or waiting to share their business until their kit comes in. Okay, once your kit arrives, sometimes it can take up to 5 days. And you know what? You are already 5 days in to that sensational start period and your shooting star period. Okay, basically, if you wait until your kit comes in, you're wasting time to get those rewards. Okay, and so you want to get started again as quickly as possible. Do not wait for your kit to come in. Okay, there is another video in this series that I talked about things that you could do while your kit comes in, but whatever you do, do not wait to get started while you're waiting for your kit. Okay, number 3, and this is a huge mistake that a lot of consultants, no matter how long they've been in the business, but specifically brand new consultants, do not overspend in your business. Okay, know what your budget is. We want you to start making money as quickly as possible. And if you're starting out already in the negative, then you're playing catch up. We don't want that to happen. So everything, like I said before in another video, everything that you need to get started comes in your kit. But bare minimum when you first get started. If you have a wish list that's a mile long, wait until you start making money, and you know what? Have your launch party and use those hostess rewards to get some of those products. But I have seen time and time again, so many people that buy so many products right out of the gate, and then they get so discouraged because either they can't sell them or they just have all this product on hand and they don't know what to do with it. Okay, so do not overspend on your own products or business supplies. All right, on the website that I created, there is a list of business supplies that I recommend you getting right away. Okay, bare minimum. One of the things that I do recommend as a bare minimum is you're going to want to think about how you package your orders. The cheapest option is to use those clear order bags that you can add to any party. They're $1 for 10, super inexpensive, and they're a tax write-off. Okay, you do not have to go out and buy a whole bunch of gift bags and tissue paper and all the things right away. Now, as you get started and as you grow your business, if that's something you want to invest in, then by all means, invest in it. A lot of people, they invest a lot of money in branding and making their packages super cute. That is great. But if you can't afford that yet, then just do bare minimum, okay? Wrap them up in a cute $1, it's like what, 10 10-cent clear bag from your workstation with a piece of cute ribbon, and it looks like a little package, and people love getting those. Okay. Number 4, make the list of people that you know. We talked about this. This is your list of 100. So many people hesitate to do this because they're like, oh, I don't know anybody, or I don't need to write anybody down, but by creating this list of 100, you are giving your brain and your business a place to start. Okay, it helps you to keep organized. It helps you to keep track of who you've talked to and who you haven't talked to. Okay, a lot of people make that mistake where they just don't do this. And like I said, that's a mistake. You definitely want to do that as quickly as you can as well, for no other reason other than record keeping. I'm big on record keeping. Okay. Number 5, do not rely on social media to grow your business. And when I say rely on social media, I mean don't only rely on social media. Okay, so many new consultants specifically think that they're going to put a post on Facebook or put a post on Instagram that they're a consultant and people are just going to flock to them. Unfortunately, that is not how it works. It does take time to grow a customer base. It does take time to grow customer loyalty, and you're not going to get that just by one post on Facebook. Okay, if I relied on Facebook when I first started my business, and I relied on the momentum that Facebook provided for me when I first started, and the number of likes and comments that I got, then I would have quit long before now, okay? Because especially when you're first joined, people spend so much time watching you and waiting to see maybe what your company is all about or what you're all about. And do not judge your success off of your engagement on social media. Okay, you have to, again, launch your business. You have to reach out to people personally. And I'm not saying spam your friends and family, but they are what we call our warm market, and they are the most likely to start supporting you right away. Okay, so those are the people that you want to start reaching out to, but do not rely solely on social media to get that word out there, because the way the algorithm works and the way, just the way social media works these days, a lot of people are just going to scroll right on by. Okay. Number 6, always have a link on your PWS open. Okay, we talked about that in another video about how to open an order and always have one open. But a lot of people make this mistake, especially now that our websites have created the like a separate party page. So as you go in and you're placing your order, before people check out, they're asked to attach their order to a party. And if you don't have any parties open, yes, you will still get credit. Yes, you will still get PRV. But the mistake that you can make is not utilizing all of the benefits of being a consultant. And one of those benefits is to be able to utilize hostess rewards for yourself. Okay, that's how you can start to build stock if you want to. That's how you can get gifts for your team members or for your customers or whatever, is through just keeping an open link on your PWS. Okay, that is super important. And for me, I just simply have like online orders, please order here, or something like that. That way, when people go to my PWS, they already have something to attach their party to. Okay. Number 7, really dig into training. Okay. Really dig into training and connect on team calls and on, all consultant calls, and go through the workstation and scour YouTube. Really dig into training. Okay. And the things that when I say dig into training, the things that you want to do most is you're looking at first of all, when you join your business, there are certain skill sets that you may have, and certain skill sets that maybe you don't know either you need or you want. And a lot of times when we first join, we don't know what we don't know, right? And so a lot of times training is how you're going to figure that out. Okay, you're going to want to learn how to talk to people. So there are, like in the workstation, there's a few videos and on YouTube on ways to talk to people, ways to present your products, ways to present your business to people. And I'm not saying, again, use spammy scripts or anything like that, but learn how to talk to people, learn what works for you, and and continue to practice that. And you're also going to want to use that training to understand what is available to you as a consultant. Okay, if you were to just join and you weren't to do any training or anything like that, you really don't know necessarily all that's available to you. So take some time, especially as a new consultant, to understand everything that is available to you, and do this through training. Just dig right into everything. Be a sponge and soak it all up. There is so much information. And then you know what? At the end of each training session, squeeze that sponge out and let go of the things that you don't think you want to implement now, and try one thing at a time. Okay, dig in. Number 8. This is one that a lot of people still, no matter how long they're in business, they don't realize that you should be doing that. And that is tracking your expenses. Okay, remember I talked about, like, we're a minimum, we're not spending a lot of money, but eventually you might start spending money, and you will need business cards, and you will need a website, and you will have other things that come up. You'll want to track those somewhere. Okay, for me, I have a spreadsheet where I track all of my expenses, and I even have them divided up into the types of expenses that I have. So I have like expenses for gifts, like a budget and how much I want to spend for my customers or even my team members. And I have a spreadsheet where I track that. I have a spreadsheet where I track my postage. Okay, it is so important to track that, because all of this could be a tax write-off. And number one thing that a lot of people don't realize they should be tracking is their mileage. My first year in business, I did not track my mileage. And, I was told to do it. I was reminded to do it all the time. I couldn't find a system that worked for me. And so I just didn't do it as effectively as I could. What I thought that was a good system is, if I was going to make deliveries, I would take a snapshot of my odometer and then, make my deliveries. And then when I would come home, think that I was going to remember taking another snapshot of my odometer so that I could keep track of like how far I went and all that. But a couple of things happened. Number one, I would forget to take that snapshot when I got home. And number two, if I did remember, then I would have pictures in my phone that either, number one, I never found, or number two, I didn't even realize what they were. Like, where did I go? What did I do? Why do I have this picture in here? So for me, that was a system that I thought was going to work for me, and then it didn't. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to write it down then. Right? So I had this spreadsheet that I printed out, and I had it in my car, and I would write my starting mileage and write my ending mileage and where I went. And that worked like twice. And then I would forget to either write the number that I started with or that I ended with, or write where I was going. So that didn't work. So the one thing that I found for me that has worked the most is, it's called Mile IQ, and it's an app on your phone. It is $6 a month, which I do use as a tax write-off. But what it does is, it's always open on my phone, and it will, every time I get in my phone and every time I get in my car and start to drive, it starts tracking where I'm going. And then when I get to where I'm going, it will stop keeping track of that. And then when I return home, it'll track my mileage back home. Now, what this does is a couple of things. It also shows you there's a map of where you went. So maybe you don't remember that you went somewhere, or, you wait until a week or two before you figure it out. or before you go in and you want to update it and you're like, where did I go? Well, it will show you a map of where you went, and then you swipe one way if it was a personal drive, and you swipe the other way if it was a business drive. And it also has a place where you can keep notes in each drive, so you can say delivery to blank, going to post office or whatever, and you can keep track of that all in your phone. For me, that's what works for me. And I started that the second year of my business. And I was so shocked at how fast those miles added up. And I can't believe that I missed out on like $3,000 worth of tax write-offs my first year, just because I wasn't very effective at tracking my mileage. So you want to track your mileage. You want to track any business expenses. A lot of people make that mistake where they're not doing that. So don't let that be you. All right, number 9. Number 9 is, oh my gosh, do not wait to sponsor. So many people will wait until they know everything. Look, I'm here to tell you, I've been here 5.5 years, and not only are things always changing, but I have so many things that I'm learning from new people joining or team members that I've had for all 5 years. I learn something new every single day. So do not wait to learn everything before you start sponsoring, because you will never learn everything. Okay, it's kind of like that whole, like, I'm going to wait to get married until blank, or I'm going to wait to have kids until blank. And if you wait until that blank happens, then it will never happen. Okay, so don't wait to sponsor. Utilize that host exclusive kit that comes with every single party that you have. Okay, every single time you close an order of $200, you have that host exclusive kit. It's only $59. Okay, it is a joint special every month, all month long, for every party that you have. Utilize it. All you need is $1 or like 1 penny left in your hostess credit in order to add that to your cart. Okay, so utilize that as quickly as possible. And here's another bonus, and this is another thing that I like to do, is with every party, we also get what's called the perpetual party reward. The perpetual party reward is a half price item that comes with every single $200 and up order that we place in our workstation. It's a half price item that you can give to anybody in the party. Even if somebody doesn't order anything else, you add their name to the party and you can gift them that half price item. Why not utilize that as a host exclusive? Like, anybody that hosts a party for me, they get this extra half price item. Or, if you join, I'll give you an extra half price item with your party if you do the host exclusive. We can't pay for their kit. We can't offer to pay for their kit, but we can give them gifts and signing bonuses if you were. Okay, so that's one of the things that you can do, is give them an extra half price item. And why not utilize the perpetual party reward for that? Okay, and number 10, this is one that a lot of people forget to do as well. And I cannot tell you the importance of this enough. And that is to label everything that leaves your house. Any piece of paper, any catalog, any product, anything, label it. Okay, this does a couple of things. Number 1, we have a lifetime warranty on all of our products, right? We have a lifetime warranty, and this lifetime warranty can only be utilized through a Scentsy consultant. So if your customer's warmer stops working, or if your customer stops working electrical, or a lot of times the toggle switch sometimes breaks because it's just plastic, sometimes those break. Well, Scentsy will replace the warmer for free if it's any manufacturing defect. Okay, they won't replace it if the light bulb stops working or anything like that, but they stand behind their products 100%. And if you don't label your products, then how do your customers know how to take you up on that lifetime warranty? Okay, they don't necessarily know unless you're really good at follow-up, unless you're really good at keeping up with them. Sometimes people will think, oh my gosh, this warmer broke, and then they toss it out and they don't understand that we have a lifetime warranty. Okay, the other thing, and this just happened to me recently. I had a hostess that that hosted a party with me, and I labeled all of her party guests. I labeled all of their products and everything like that. And then she ended up joining. And so I helped her get started with all of these customers that she had a party with, and we talked about how to follow up with them. And I gave her all of these customers. Well, after a couple of years with Scentsy, she decided that she was going to step away from her business. And so all of those customers didn't know how to get their Scentsy products, but I labeled my products. And so they came back to me to order products because they still had my information, and they know that when she's ready to come back, she can come back at any time and they can start ordering from her. But in the meantime, they still have a Scentsy consultant. Okay. Now I label my products in 2 ways. This is my favorite way. And I do this with my catalogs. I do this with scent circles, scent packs, the product sheets, so many things. And that is this, like a self-inking stamp. This one right here, I got through the Vistaprint portal in that consultant store. I think it was like $16, and I got this 5 years ago, and I still use it almost every day. Okay, so it is definitely well worth the money. $16 at first seemed like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. But the amount of money that has saved me in the long run has come back to me tenfold. So this, I would definitely recommend a self-inking stamp of some sort. And then also just labels. Now, if you got the larger kit, you may have gotten some labels with your kit. And those labels that you can get in the consultant store are perfectly awesome. They have the Scentsy logo on them, and I love them. But a lot of times I run out of labels and I don't have time to order them through Scentsy. So what I do is I use Avery 5160 labels, and these are just address labels. These are easy peel. I use the easy peel because a lot of times, like, you can do it with one hand. You can pick up the product and then peel the label off and just stick it on. And I find that those are a really huge time saver. And these are 32 a sheet, and I get like the big packages of 50 through like 50 sheets at Office Max. And all I do is upload my information on avery.com, and I have like my picture on it, and I just upload it to avery.com. You select the label, and then you can download the PDF of that label and just print them yourself at home. Or you can order them through Avery if you have planned in enough time and you want to wait. That's fine too. But for me, I don't have time for that. I like to have everything instant gratification. If you're like me, then you'll want to print them yourself. Okay, but I do that at avery.com, and I label, again, everything, because you never know what is going to come back to you. Okay, you never know where your catalogs are going to end up, and you never know, like, if one of your customers buys a bar and maybe she doesn't love it, but one of her friends does, and she gives them, well, then now you have a new customer potentially because your information was on that bar. They know how to get back to you. Okay, so many benefits of labeling your stuff, and so much lost potential when you don't. All right, so I hope you find these 10 tips useful. If you have any questions, comment below, and I am more than happy to get back to you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.